Hey y'all, Detroit Autorama 2016, and I got a 1955 Ford F100 that my buddy Dustin Faust has gotten for his 13th birthday back in '99, and he's debuting it in Detroit today. So I thought you'd enjoy seeing it, get some information from him. So let me get the camera turned around, we'll take a look at it. Nice truck. So as I started to tell you, Dustin got this for his 13th birthday gift back in '99. And we've been going to a shop, and it's sitting there, and it's half done, 3/4 done. And with some encouragement from his friends and family, he was able to get it done and debut it here in Detroit. And man, I'm proud of him. It turned out awesome. Right motor, great stance, good wheel choice. Plastic restoration does awesome work, so you know, all the fit and finish is right. Just a very cool truck. An 800 horse, right? Holy smokes. 8 grand red line. What are you talking about? Not gonna be in his pants. Right? And it's a shop truck, so that's why his display is set up like a shop truck. Well, like a shop, you know. And it's cool ideas. You know, he's used the creeper to hold his mirrors, because it's just as nice underneath as it is on top. Let me get Dustin to tell us a little bit about some of the mods that he's done to it. Dustin, beautiful job, brother.
Appreciate it, Scotty. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too, always. We go through that little period in the winter time, through the holidays, where we don't see each other.
Exactly. Car show season again.
That's right. Now we'll be together all the time.
All the time.
Man, I'm glad to see this truck. Let's start in the front. What did you do there? Is there anything custom, like in the grill or anything?
Yeah. We changed the grill quite a bit. Well, I say quite a bit. Originally, the grill was several pieces that were kind of spot welded together. We went in, welded all the seams up, smoothed it all out. The gull wing pieces there on the front, the little trim accent pieces, they were originally 2 pieces. Those are now 1 piece all the way across the front there. Added some red accents to go on the squares. Originally that would have been a cream color painted piece in there.
Right.
Like I said, that was on a custom cab. That was an option they had back in the day. Then of course had it all chromed up by our good buddies at Advanced Plating.
And then that bumper, that's custom too.
Yeah, bumper's custom. We tucked it in quite a bit. They hung way out there on those original trucks. You know,
so you shortened it?
Yeah, well, no,
narrowed
we narrowed it a little,
right.
Rounded the corners up. Originally, it just kind of was squared off. It was just a C channel, boxed in the back of it, of course. Got rid of all the bumper bolts and all that good stuff.
Right.
You know, like I said, tucked it in nice and tight. You know, they were work trucks. They were meant to get beat on and and all that. So
no, nice job there.
Thank you.
Looks like there might be some slight changes back here. Nothing too drastic.
Yeah,
right?
Nothing drastic. Everything pretty subtle on the truck. There is 3-inch wider rear fenders. These trucks kind of had a narrowing effect on the back end. They always kind of looked a little funny from the factory, so widen them out to kind of match up with the front fenders, give it a little better profile. Tailgates had a lot of work done to it. A lot of flanges and seams removed. Of course, the old chains are gone. They're not dangling around in the back. The tailgate's actually bolted shut now. It does function, but not very easily.
Right.
Custom stainless hinges on that tailgate. Taillights are factory shape, but they are, of course, LED now, a little brighter, more modern. Custom arms on those that hides all the wiring and all that. Of course, keeps it nice and clean. And then, of course, the rear bumper, it's had quite a bit of work done to it too. No bolt holes. It's tucked in tight, raised up, boxed in the back. We did add an actual roll pan to the bottom of the bed to fill in the gap between the bed and the rear bumper to kind of close that up.
Oh yeah, I see now.
Just finished it off. That way there's not a gap and you're not seeing the back of the frame.
And then you capped the
end of the beds, yep.
Right.
Did a little teardrop there.
What kind of wood is that?
That is red oak. Basically very similar to what they would have had from the factory. They used an oak back then, you know, very strong, hard, durable wood. I did a lot of work in trying to figure out what stain I wanted. Everything on the truck's so shiny, I didn't want the wood to be extremely shiny in itself. Right. So I wanted it to actually have a unfinished look, but be finished and sealed. So after a lot of test boards and test panels, we finally come up with a finish that I liked, and was able to achieve the look I wanted. And as you can see, the center two boards open up. I designed all those hinges myself. Had them machined out of aluminum, and then of course chrome plated to be able to work. There's a couple different hinges on the market I didn't quite care for. They were kind of bulky and real big. I wanted something a little slimline and clean looking.
Right.
Basically did that out of two necessities. One, to be able to get to the fuel tank to be able to fill it up, and then the other, whenever the rear ends in the full down position, it needed a little extra clearance. The big winner's rear end, you know, it takes up a lot of space, and to get the back end down low enough, I wanted that extra space. And the floor is actually raised about 2 inches from stock.
Oh, you can't tell that though, right?
Can't tell it at all. It's very subtle.
Yeah.
Of course, the smooth stainless strips with no bolts showing. We did add an extra strip on each end. Originally, it would have been a painted piece that's made to the bed, kind of almost like an angle iron, which we added the stainless, and then finished it off with a stainless cap on the very back end of it as well.
And I like the fasteners you use for the fenders. I think that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it turned out nice.
Thank you.
And that black paint, right? You just got done painting that.
No, it has. It's kind of funny. This has been a long project. I've actually been working on it for about 16 years now. So the majority of the paint on this truck has been done for at least 10 years. There's about 3 pieces that's within a few weeks old, but other than that, it's all about 10 years old.
Man, that's some bright interior, but I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely red, that's for sure. You can't mistake that one bit.
Now, is the leather and the suede different shades, or is that the lights?
It's all leather. It's just a little shadowing going right now,
okay.
But it is all red leather.
I like that gear shift too, right?
Yeah, that was actually a desk clock that I found at a swap meet and repurposed it with a little drilling and tapping, and made it into a shift knob.
Awesome.
So it kind of matches the rear end.
Is that a real speaker?
That is not a real speaker. It is a faux speaker. I kind of like the look of the old 60s Impalas on the back seat, how they had the speaker, and kind of wanted to tie that in. We wanted a kind of a retro theme interior,
right,
and then had the little gear and lightning bolt medallion milled out. C. Cook Enterprises made those for us, and we carried that theme through on the steering, on the horn button, and then also on the speaker grill there.
I'm a big fan of custom gauges. I sure like those.
Yeah, those I had Classic Instruments make those for us. Nothing real crazy. It's pretty simple stuff. You know, obviously color coded with the truck. It does have one oddity. It's got a 10,000 RPM tach. Got a pretty healthy motor in it. Wanted to be able to keep a good eye on it, and 8,000 just wasn't enough.
Right. What do you think Redline is?
I would say it's probably close to the 8,000 mark. Right. It could do it. I wouldn't want to run it there all day, but it could do it. Of course, all the cluster there was custom made, recessed in. We laid the gauges back to be able to kind of face the driver a little better. Got a custom bezel around it just to give it a nice, clean, finished look to go with the rest of the dash, which has had quite a bit of smoothing done. Obviously, all the switches and everything have been removed, and they're hidden under the dash. The ashtray's been removed. This truck did actually have the option of a radio, which I got rid of.
Radio delete.
Radio delete now, and then
does that
of course,
glove box work?
Yep.
Yeah.
The glove box does work. It is all smooth, and not a big glove box. There, gotta have room for your heater and everything back there, but it's enough to carry a pin and the registration if you need it.
Insurance card.
Insurance card. There you go.
I like that steering wheel. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a kind of off-the-shelf item, built specialty piece to match the wheels, and then, like I said, the horn button was custom made by C. Cook Enterprises for me.
I love the stacked injection. What motor is that?
That started life as a 460 big block Ford, and then it has been bored and stroked to 545 cubic inch. Pretty wild motor. It's 13.5 to 1 compression, full roller, 726 lift intake, 726 lift exhaust. It's Blue Thunder aluminum racing heads. Actually uses a big block Chevy style exhaust port. That was the one downfall on the big block Fords. The exhaust side did not flow well, so Blue Thunder had come up with a design to incorporate the big block Chevy exhaust side into it, made them flow really good. So those are a really good head. That's Hillborn stack injection, all electronic, of course. Looks old and retro, but it is is all modern. The magneto is actually an electronic distributor, so it's just kind of a facade. Yeah, it's basically a fake mag. Pretty radical motor. Had it all dynoed before we put it in, using a single carburetor on the dyno. Made 800 horse, 800 foot-pounds of torque. So pretty healthy. Got to run race fuel in it with the high compression. Did run an external oil pump. Unfortunately, with the Ford motors, the front oil pump gets in the way with the Mustang 2 style cross member, so had to run the external pump down there. Got power steering on it, no air, because real hot rods don't have air.
I got you. That's what makes them hot.
That's right, that's right.
So there you go, from Detroit Autorama 2016, a 55 Ford F100 by Classic Restorations of Southern Indiana. Hope you all have enjoyed it. See ya.